Hello, everybody. Let's readjust my camera while I'm waiting for everybody to come on. Phone ready. Look at that. I'm even 2 minutes early. Okay, 1 minute. It just changed, but I'm impressed with myself. I'm not late. I'm early. Hello to everybody. Thank you for joining me today. One moment, guys. Before I start taking calls, I would just like to thank everybody who came out to the Chocolate Factory on Saturday. That was an interesting event. That was a first for me to go to a place like that and do live readings. I apologize if you did not get a reading because I was told there would be 3 or 4 different readers, and unfortunately there was only myself and one other lady, I guess. So if anybody walked away from there without a reading, please contact me, and I will see what I can do to help make that right. Anyways, otherwise, it was an absolutely interesting evening, and the chocolate was incredible. I wish I could make chocolate like that. Actually, my stomach is glad that I can't, I'm sure. But they were absolutely delicious. So if you guys haven't checked out the Chocolate Factory yet, he makes all his own chocolate right there. So you should check that out. It's really delicious. Anyways, on top of that, if you have not signed up for my group reading, that will be here at my house next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, February 10th, but you wanted to go, then you should probably contact me ASAP because we're already probably, I think, about 60% full. So tickets are limited. I can only fit about 12 people. I try to make sure that everybody who comes gets a message, so that's why I like to keep it limited at 12. And yeah, other than that, I guess I am ready to go. So here we go. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Were you calling for the free readings?
I didn't think I'd get through, but I guess I did.
You did. You're the first person through.
Oh my goodness, this is exciting.
Awesome. Okay, well,
Thank you so much, Tracy.
no problem. Seeing as you're the first person through, though, I like to do a grounding exercise first. It just helps me kind of get focused on your energy, if that's okay.
Sure.
So if you could sit somewhere where your feet are... Wait, what was your first name again? Sorry?
Marianne.
Marianne? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you could sit somewhere where your feet are flat on the floor, and then
Okay.
I would like you to take a deep breath, but picture that deep breath starting at your big toe and slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, give me just a minute to sort through this, Marianne.
Okay.
Okay, so when spirit it's almost like I see them step through the curtain, if that makes sense. And I see kind of 2 families step forward. On one side, now that I'm not sure if that is mom and dad's family or mom and husband or whatnot. We'll figure that out as we go. But on one side, there is a lady, and on another side, there's a gentleman with somebody that is younger than him. And I think that's where I'm going to start first, so give me a second. Slow down, slow down. Okay, so the way this information is coming through, it almost makes me feel like this would be a grandfather or a great-grandfather. originally, okay, how do I explain this? There's an older gentleman that's first that shows me my symbol for distance, which usually means that either they lived a distance away from you, or you didn't see them very much before they passed, or that they've been on the other side for quite a long time. But then he's bringing forward the person underneath of him. So oftentimes what I see with spirit is that the person that we really want to talk to, somebody who passed before them will come through first to kind of let you know that they were there to greet their soul when they crossed to the other side. So now what I'm going to get him to do is validate how he passed so that you know who this person is. So hold on a second.
Okay.
So he snaps his fingers, but he keeps taking me to the past. Like, I see that distance again, and he keeps taking me to the past. So I feel like this person has been on the other side for a very long time. Slow down. He snaps his fingers, so his passing was sudden or unexpected. Now, that doesn't mean that he just, like, dropped dead one day. It can also mean that somebody who was ill, but we didn't expect them to pass when they passed. But it's interesting because as I'm saying this, he's kind of, like, trying to hurry me along. Like, I don't even know if this will register with you because it feels like a great-grandfather possibly bringing through a grandfather. So what he's stressing is it's more important that you know that he was there to greet the soul of the gentleman when he came through.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to try to go to the younger gentleman and see if he can validate who he is.
Okay.
Interesting. So right away I feel this overwhelming sense of love, and then I see him take the hand of a lady. So when I see them grasp hands like that, it's usually my symbol that they were married on the other side. On this side. Do you have one set of grandparents that are both passed away?
No, both of my parents are passed away.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so this would be the grandfather bringing forward your father, and then your father, before he would even validate who he is, he brings forward your mom as well. They come through as a unified couple.
Wow.
Okay, hold on a second here. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Now I feel like I just got both of your parents just going da-da real fast. So let me just slow them down. They make me feel like, because one of the ways that I try to validate who they are is by telling me how they passed away. But what they show me is like quick. I don't know what that means. If they both passed very quickly or they both passed quickly within time frame of each other, but they just show me quick.
Well, they passed within 3 years of each other, and they both took their own lives.
Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Because that's fascinating, because usually they will show me like snap the fingers, the breathing, take me to the head. They just showed me it was quick, and it was one after the other.
Yeah. 3 years apart. They weren't married. They had been divorced for 25 years.
Well, I hope you know that they've reconnected on the other side. It's funny because as you say that, they show me the handshake, which is my symbol for peace, that they've made peace on the other side.
Absolutely.
Okay, so hold on. This is your mom. Just a second. Definitely some apologies. She's putting on the rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for when they see, spirit sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. She's making me feel like it's almost like she thought she was a burden when she was here in the physical world, or she was afraid of being a burden of some sort. Because the way that this is being explained to me is, if only I had known that it wasn't that way, I was stuck with my thoughts, is kind of how she put it. It's like, hold on a second. There's a feeling of, bear with me while I try to explain the emotion, because your mom has a lot of strong emotions around this. I definitely do feel some regret. it's
That
almost
would make sense.
it's almost choking, because it's almost like, in life, she didn't want to be this burden. She didn't want to put people out. And I think sometimes our thoughts can get so sick that we tell ourselves that we're horrible, people won't miss us, they're better off without us, etc., etc. And then when she gets to the other side, it's almost like then she sees the mess that she left behind. And so she's deeply regretful of that.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on a sec. Slow it down, slow it down. You know what your dad does is he does the wiggle. He shows me the wiggle. So when I see Spirit do the wiggle, that's my symbol for somebody who had mobility issues here in the physical world that can move free and clear on the other side. And he's also showing me the body scan, which is my symbol for when we have had more than one issue going on in the body. And he doesn't feel as regretful with his decision, because it's more like he chose to go on his terms, if that makes sense.
It does.
It's almost like I felt like I was extremely overwhelmed by what was going on with my body. Kind of like I'm forced to drive a car that's falling apart all around me, and I just chose not to drive it anymore.
Yep, that's exactly.
Okay, so hold on a second. He's acknowledging the writing, but he's definitely showing me that there is more than one. I feel like a bunch of people wrote letters. There's definitely more than one letter. He's showing me either cards or letters or something, but the handwriting, and he's acknowledging this and showing me the whispering of the ear, which is my symbol for when they've heard everything that's been said since they've passed away.
Really?
Do you know who's been doing the writing?
No, I don't know who's. I mean, he left a letter, one letter, but I don't know who would be doing the writing.
Okay, hold on. One second. Slow down, slow down. He's still showing me this. I feel like it's more than one. So either it's one person that has written more than one letter, or there's more than one person that has written these letters. I'm not sure who this would be in your family, but I'm absolutely sure that he is validating that he's received these and he's heard everything that's been said on the other side. So
I have a feeling it might have been my sister.
Could be. All I know is he's adamant that somebody did this and that he needs to acknowledge that.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Slow down, Dad, slow down. As soon as you said your sister, I heard happy birthday. So does she have a birthday that's just passed or coming up?
December 20th.
I see. Hold on a sec. Slow down, Dad. What does that mean? I don't know how to interpret this, but he's talking about the gratitude around her birthday this year. Like, I feel like he's very grateful that things are better for her this year than they were last year. It's almost like this year we got to celebrate your birthday. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so this is...
She was having...
Sorry?
She was having some trouble the past few years with addiction, and she beat it. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So that is your dad's way of validating that he absolutely knows about this and that he's still watching over you guys on the other side.
Okay.
And it feels extremely important that you guys know that him and Mom were able to fix this long-time feud, it feels like. It's interesting, the energy between them, because it almost feels like we're best friends or sisters that get into, like, cat fights, but we still love each other. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, because I can still feel the love between them, just this level of annoyance at the same time. Okay, hold on. So they're pulling their energy back a little bit. Your dad also wants you to know that he was extremely grateful to have met up with his father on the other side, which I believe is the first gentleman that was stepping forward.
Okay.
But there's a relief there. Like, it's my dad. Like, was his dad passed away for a long time before he passed away? Do you know?
No, I'm thinking maybe his granddad, because his dad is still alive.
Okay, so it must be granddad, because it's definitely above him, and I can feel the family relation there. And like I said, all I can feel is this huge relief to be reunited.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a lady on the other side. Remember I said there was two families? And I'm sorry, I keep scratching my nose here, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like I got a hair on there somewhere. Anyways, there's this lady on the other side. So I'm going to try to figure out who she is. Hold on a second here.
Okay.
She does this really quickly. She snaps her fingers and then she takes me to the head. So snapping the fingers is my symbol for passing that was sudden or unexpected. Now, remember when I say that, that doesn't mean that we weren't expecting her to pass anytime soon. It can just mean that, and this is what I feel like she's saying, is she's taking me to the very end of her life, almost like we knew that there was a diagnosis there, but then she passed quicker than we expected her to pass. Takes me to the head, so that's usually my symbol for either stroke, aneurysm, Alzheimer's, something like that.
My grandma, my mother's mother, had a stroke and passed.
There we go. Okay, hold on. She's also doing not just the wiggle, but I feel like she's like dancing and jumping on the other side. So that would let me know that she had limited mobility here in the physical world. But the way that she puts it to me is it's almost like bolts getting rusty. They just don't turn as well as they used to, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
She gets very grandma gushy with you. You must have been pretty close to her because I don't know if you just felt the goosebumps, but she just walked right up to you and wrapped her arms right around you. And she just keeps saying, I'm here, sweetie, I'm here. I hear everything you're saying. We know that you need some help right now, and we're doing everything we can to help you.
Wow. That's amazing.
So she just wants you to remind you of one thing here, that you have to remember about spirit, because they absolutely, I have learned that when our loved ones pass over, not always, but a lot of times, they will come back to try to help us. And when we ask them for help and ask them for a sign, they gladly jump into the mix and do what they can. However, there's one question they can't help with, and that's the question of, what do I do? Because spirit will not interfere with God's cosmic rule of free will. So their job is not to tell you which road to take. Their job is to help clear the path when you tell them which road you're going to take. So for instance, if you say, Grandma, I need to buy a new car and I don't know how to get it or where to get the money, guide me. They'll be like, sure, no problem. If you say, I don't know what to do for work, tell me what I need to do, you're just gonna hear like birds chirping, like nothing. Do you know what I mean? Because they can't tell you that. So be careful when you're praying to them to make sure that you refine your questions, because your grandmother feels very, very eager to help.
Okay.
She's also trying to congratulate you on the health thing recently. She's showing me the spinning of a round, which is my symbol for somebody who is either exercising or trying to take better care of themselves. As I say that, she takes me up to the head, which tells me that maybe this is something that you've thought of more than you've put into practice so far. But just the thought of wanting to do this, she's extremely proud of you. She's letting you know that they got your back.
Okay.
I hope that was helpful.
I appreciate it so much. You're amazing. Thank you.
Aw, thank you. You're very welcome. You have a great
day.
You too. Okay, bye-bye.
You took the words right out of my mouth. All right. Thank you again. I so truly appreciate it.
No problem. You have a great day.
You too, Tracy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oops, hello? Hold on one second. I don't think I have you on speaker yet. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, were you calling for the free readings?
Yeah.
Perfect. What was your first name, hun?
Pardon?
What was your first name?
Verna.
Verna. Okay, Verna. I'm going to get you to do a grounding exercise as well. I think I'm just going to get everybody to do this. It just really helps me to be able to focus on your energy, if that's okay. So can you sit somewhere where your feet are flat on the ground?
Oh,
Hello?
yeah, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I'm just going to find a spot here where I can sit with my feet flat on the ground.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, and then I would just like you to take a deep breath, but picture that deep breath starting at your big toe and slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a second to make sense of this. It's a little comical so far. Hold on. So I feel like I've got three people right off the hop, and there's a younger person as well who is like very impressed that you got through today. He's like, ta-da! We did it! Told you we did it! Hold on a second. Slow down, slow down. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the lady who steps forward. She takes deep breaths, which is my symbol for somebody who can breathe free and clear on the other side. So there may have been a breathing issue here in the physical world. I don't know what this means, but she snaps her fingers and then she goes, nope, not that time. And then she snaps her fingers again. So I'm guessing that means that there was two scares, maybe. Somebody almost died before they passed away. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You know who this person is?
I think so.
Okay, who is this to you?
She would be, I'm thinking it would be my husband's stepmother. She just passed recently.
Okay. Because what she does is she makes me feel like there was two incidences. She didn't die the first time, but she almost died. And then she takes me to the second one and she's like, thankfully that went quick. Like, I feel like when the second time happened, it didn't take her long to cross over. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
Hold on a sec. Slow down, slow down. So, this is interesting. So, I can definitely feel the love from her to you, but at the same time, okay, so hold on. You said this was your husband's grandmother?
Stepmother.
Oh, stepmother. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I feel the love from her to you, but at the same time, I see her putting on rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol when spirit sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. So give me just a second to figure this out. It's almost like she's, how do I explain this? Like there's a regret that she didn't try more or she didn't come more. She shows me my symbol for distance. So did she not live very close, or do you know what the distance means?
Yeah. Yeah, there was some distance the last few years before she passed.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes, there was. Yeah.
Because she's
I know my husband felt bad about it too, so it's one of those unfortunate things.
She's taking responsibility. She's like letting him know that she doesn't want him to feel bad for that. Hold on a second. She feels, the way she's putting it to me is that she was just lucky enough to be able to have them for children. Like there's more than one child that she took on as her own. And she just is expressing that she was extremely grateful that she got to have these children in the first place. Hold on a sec. Almost like what she's showing me, and I recognize this energy because I have 4 children, is almost like, as a parent, when they do something that you disagree with, that you think that maybe is going to bring harsh consequences in their world, maybe you don't handle it so well at first, And there's a feeling of this overprotectiveness that instead of coming out as love, came out as judgment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So she's definitely apologizing for that, but she wants you and your husband to both know that she very much loves the both of you and is watching over you. Okay, slow down. Okay, so I want to go to this younger soul that's like bouncing around here. He's got a lot of energy. So give me just a second. He absolutely has white lighters all around him. So white lighters are basically like angelic beings that have no features, so no face or fingers or anything like that, but they're in human form and they're pure white light. And they typically surround somebody that either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide, or whose passing had a lot of trauma involved and a lot of healing was needed. Do you know who that person is?
Well, the only person I can think of younger was years ago when we were young. Was a cousin of mine who committed suicide when he was 17. But
okay.
That's.
Did he have like?
Person I come to mind right now.
Okay. Did he have like a really bubbly kind of personality or outgoing kind of personality, sarcastic wit, like? Okay, this is who he's like extremely excited right from the moment that they started coming forward. His energy is so excited to let you know that he's there and that he helped get you through today. He's like, ta-da, we did it. And it's almost like you weren't expecting to hear from me, were ya? But
no.
It feels extreme.
I do think of him often.
Well, it feels very important to him that he lets everybody know that his soul is absolutely at peace on the other side. And the way he puts it is like, you can let that debate be done. I am at peace on the other side. So it's almost as if somebody had worries that because of the way that he passed, maybe his soul didn't cross over. And he wants to put that to rest right now and let everyone know that he's absolutely at peace on the other side. Okay, hold on.
That's interesting.
Hold on a sec. So now I'm going to go to the gentleman, because there was 3 when we stepped forward. Hold on a second. This person definitely feels more connected to you. He takes me above you. He snaps his fingers, which again would symbolize that his passing was sudden or unexpected. And he takes me to the chest, and I'm seeing the breathing. So, excuse me, he's cutting off my own breath. Give me a second here. The way this information is coming through would almost make me think heart attack or emphysema or something, but the ending was very quick, if that makes sense. But there is an absolute, I can breathe free and clear on the other side.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Had a few people in the past, relatives over the years. But,
okay, I'm going to get him to validate some more things so that you will know who this person is.
It wouldn't have been my dad because he didn't have breathing issues. It was, yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Interesting, when you say dad, though, did dad pass of the heart attack?
No.
Okay, that's not who I'm with then. But as soon as you say dad, for me as a medium, as soon as somebody brings up somebody on the other side, their soul steps forward. So now I kind of got to move them over so I can concentrate on who this person is first. Hold on. Interesting. Okay, so kind of like what happened in the first reading. A lot of times, so if it's dad that we want to connect with, instead of dad coming forward first, it would be his father or his grandfather that would come forward to bring your dad's soul through so that you know that he was greeted as soon as he got to the other side. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so hold on. Dad's being a little difficult with me. Hold on a second. He doesn't seem to want to validate how he passed away. Give me a second here. I feel like he has some regrets around his passing and that he's taking some responsibility around his passing. Now, that doesn't mean suicide. That can mean, like we fell asleep at the wheel, or that, sometimes I'll see that with alcoholics who drank their whole lives and then die of liver poisoning, so to speak.
His was a fall and he hit his head.
Okay.
And it happened at home. Like, it was just a freak accident, I guess. One would call it. It just tripped and fell and hit his head. And there was a brain injury that he passed away. Well, after we disconnected him, we had to disconnect him. He was brain dead, basically.
You know what? As you say that, he shows me my symbol for thank you when you say we had to disconnect him. He's like showing me my symbol for thank you, and I feel like he's trying to put this to rest that we absolutely did the right thing. And I feel like he absolutely had peace as soon as you did that. There was definitely some pain in the body before that. Hold on. He keeps showing me this hospital room that is so full of people that it's almost like we got to kick some people out. So he's definitely acknowledging everybody coming to see him at the hospital. And he's showing me the whispering of the ear, which is my symbol for when spirit acknowledges that they've heard everything you've said since they've passed away. Slow down. He's very impressed at how everything got handled after he passed away. It's almost like if he had a will or something, it was done like 20 years ago, and then we had to update it or something. I don't know how to explain this, but some people definitely had to get involved and handle the details after he passed away, and he's thanking you for that. He's just showing me everything divided up. Hold on. This is pretty blasé stuff, Dad. Be specific.
Yeah, Mom was still here, so I'm not sure.
It's funny, as you say, Mama's still here, I'm not sure. He's like, exactly. So I feel like this is validation for her. It's almost as if she has gone in and tried to alter the will a little bit to accommodate new people or just to update it, And he's talking about the way that it's divided up, and he's showing me the thumbs up sign. Like, he needs to let your mom know that he's perfectly at peace with everything that she's decided. Hold on.
I think she divvied stuff up, certain things that meant stuff to people. I mean, she's not around anymore either because she passed too, but, that might be what he's referring to. There are certain things that went to certain people.
Well, you actually made my next, what I was just about to say, make sense, because then he goes to Mom. He shows me the white blanket around her shoulders, and then he shows me holding her hand. So when they show me that, that's usually my symbol that they were watching over somebody before they passed away and were there to greet their soul when they got to the other side. Slow down. Your mom feels so excited that your dad has all his mobility back. It's almost like, look, we can dance again. Like, we can do everything we used to do. There is a relief amongst the two of them to be free of the pressure. I'm not sure how to explain that pressure. Hold on. Slow it down. That was confusion. Okay, did your mom start to get Alzheimer's or dementia before she passed away? Do you know?
No, she didn't. No. She had leukemia.
Okay, because absolutely, I've got somebody coming through that has the confusion going on.
That would be my stepmom, my husband's stepmother, she did have early signs of dementia
Okay.
before she passed away. Like I say, it was just recent that she passed away just a couple of weeks ago. So.
Did they know each other in the physical world? Because I just saw the handshake on the other side.
My mom and her had
Yes.
previously, but my father had already passed. Like, she hadn't met my dad, but my mother and her did meet, yeah.
Okay, but your father and her did not. Because I saw your mother-in-law came into the conversation, and then I saw the handshake. So that's my symbol for either people meeting for the first time on the other side or making peace on the other side. But it doesn't feel like there's anything to make peace for. It feels more like we're meeting for the first time.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking the only other person I could think of I was very close to who passed away from lung cancer was my mom's sister, my aunt.
Interesting. Okay, hold on.
Years back.
That actually makes sense to me because as she was making me feel the confusion, there was a deep breath, which is my sign for I can breathe free and clear on the other side. But I'm going to ask her to validate something so that you will know for sure if it's her or not. Slow down. Did she not live extremely close to you? But I feel like we visited it a lot because I just heard road trip, and I feel like there's the visitation.
We were very close. I was close to my aunt. We didn't see each other a lot because we lived a distance, but we were close. That's
exactly what she's showing me, the distance, but that you saw each other as much as you could, and I just heard road trip, like, woohoo, we're going to see Auntie. She's so proud of you. She's showing me my symbol for pride right now. Hold on a second. Do you have 3 children?
No, I have 5.
She takes 3 of them, and that's an interesting way she shows me that. She shows me the white blanket, but she says not health or anxiety. It's more, you just need to know that I'm watching over these 3 especially. And then again, I see the distance sign. So do you have 3 that don't live close? Or I don't know how to explain that. Hold on. Slow this down, slow this down. The 3 handfuls. So she definitely is separating them 3 and 2. So is there like 3 boys, 2 girls, or 3 girls, 2 boys?
4 boys and 1 girl, but there's like 3 older ones, and then there was a 10-year difference between the last 2.
There we go. Okay.
3 older, 2 younger, sort of, yeah.
And are the older kind of on their own now? Are they?
They're all on their own, actually.
There we go.
Yeah, they are. They're married, kids, family, yeah.
So she's specifically talking about watching over them. She knew those 3 more than she knew the younger ones.
Yes, she did.
That would be why she separates them.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. What does that mean? What does that mean? Slow it down, slow it down. Did your aunt like to talk a lot? Like,
oh, yes, she loved to talk. She was a lot of fun.
Okay, because what she did is she pointed, so you have grandchildren now?
Yes.
Because, excuse me, she pointed to one of your grandchildren and then to herself. And so what that usually means is either one of the grandkids was named after her, which I'm not feeling in this sense, or else they're just like her. Like, and as soon as she said that, it was like they got the gift of gab. It's in their blood.
Yeah, I could think of one of them that's like that. Yeah, for sure.
She's showing me the symbol of pride. Hold on, I'm going to try to get her to narrow down what she's talking about here. I feel like we came through these challenges, we kept everything together, and things are better than they ever were before.
Yeah, when she got sick, I was sick at the same time when she was first sick, and then I was quite ill. I was in the hospital for a 3-month period, and when she became very ill, she wasn't able to come see me because of her sickness. I wasn't able to see her because I was in a hospital, and unfortunately, she passed before I was strong enough to go visit her. So that was maybe what she was talking to,
Yeah.
She talked on the phone to me to check on me and stuff, but we weren't able to see each other because I was in the hospital here and she was where she lived.
And now now you're healthy, correct?
I'm better, yes, definitely, yes. I've come a long way, definitely, yes, I am healthier.
She just wants to let you know that she's especially watching over you, that it's almost like, okay, how do I put this? It's almost like if there's some underlying thing like diabetes or some kind of health concern that can be managed, if this makes sense.
Yep.
And that you're not going to get extremely sick again. She wants to give you permission. She wants you to give yourself permission to live your life. She's like, don't hold back, worried that you're going to get sick again. She's like, I'm here to tell you, as long as you manage whatever that little health concern is, that's manageable, that you're going to be just fine. I'm not seeing any major health concerns coming up for at least 5 years. And she's like, so go out, go do stuff, go to the woods. I feel like she wants to go into the woods with you, like camping or something. I don't know if this is something you guys do a lot of in the summer or why she's bringing this up, but she's definitely letting you know that she's with you in the woods. Hold on, slow down. So you're married?
Yes.
That's funny. So I'm guessing you're kind of like me, and camping is out of the question unless I have a trailer or something that is warm and off the ground. And it's because she's showing the trailer, and she's like, you tell your husband, this is how he gets you to go.
I think he's more for having wanted to have all that than me.
That's funny. Did your aunt really like nature or really like camping?
She did. She lived out on a farm, and we live out in the country too. But she enjoyed stuff like that. Yeah.
Because I feel like this is how she reconnects with you. She's reconnecting with you around nature. So when you're walking along in your life and something nature jumps out at you, like there's a flower blooming in the middle of snow or whatever it might be, something that is a little bit abnormal, but in nature, know that this is your aunt's soul with you at that exact moment. Interesting. They're starting to pull their energy back, but I have to say there feels like there's a peace between everybody on the other side. It's almost like not everybody who came through today got along all the time, that maybe there is some tensions here and there, but the way that they've put it to me is that we've all made peace on the other side and we've all reconnected on this side.
Well, that's good, yeah.
She's pulling...
I think it was typical family stuff, nothing serious really, but I'm sure over the years there was things.
She's pulling her energy back. It's funny, as soon as I say that, she sends something else. There's also a smell. Hold on, she keeps making me feel like this perfume smell. Like maybe I just thought I just smelled her or something. Did you walk into a store or you're walking in a mall behind somebody and you just get this whiff? It's like, oh, that smells like my auntie.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't think my aunt ever wore perfume that I know of, remember.
Well, I don't know why she keeps relating it to that smell, but she's talking about that this smell is absolutely her soul around you. So I'm not sure what smell that would be that you would relate with her, but just keep your eyes open for that. Because what I'm picking up is that she's trying to send you different symbols and signs to let you know that she's around.
Oh, okay.
Because that feels almost like a sister bond, even more than an aunt and niece bond. It feels almost like a sister bond.
We were pretty close.
She's definitely pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You have a good day.
Okay, thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Hello? Oh, hello? Oh, hold on one second. I didn't get you on speaker fast enough. People keep calling. I literally can't get this on speaker. There we go. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Were you calling for the free readings, hon?
Yes, I was.
Okay, what is your first name?
Samantha.
Samantha. Okay, give me just a second here, Samantha. I'm going to get you to do the grounding exercise as well, if you don't mind. Oof, if I'm even going to need to. Okay, so what I want you to do is sit somewhere where your feet are flat on the ground.
Okay.
Pardon me. And then I'd like you to take a deep breath, but picture that deep breath starting at your big toe and slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus. Okay. So I want to go to the gentleman. It feels a little, okay, give me a second to sort through this. They're still kind of coming in through the curtain. Give me a second here. Again, interestingly enough, it feels like I have two sides of the family, or two different families. The first one that's very apparent, as soon as you said hello, I couldn't breathe anymore. So there's a gentleman that steps forward that absolutely is taking deep breaths on the other side. So it's my symbol for somebody that possibly had breathing issues here in the physical world that can breathe free and clear on the other side. But he's also snapping his fingers, which is my symbol for sudden or unexpected, and I'm feeling like accident, like quick. I'm guessing this is heart attack, actually, just by the scene that I'm seeing. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. Let me just validate a little more. Interestingly enough, okay, so what he does, this is where I remind everybody that these messages are personal to you. So if I tell you what I'm seeing and then I kind of try to interpret it in the way that the symbols usually mean for me, but you understand it in a different way, absolutely cut me off and let me know, because these messages are totally personal to you. So he definitely does the breathing thing and the snapping of the fingers, but then there's a feeling of that his heart feels like it's better now. And I almost feel like he's talking about heartbreak, that he had a serious case of heartbreak here in the physical world.
I mean, anything to do with maybe breathing of the heart would be on my dad, maybe my great-grandfather. I think one of them, I can't think which one, passed away from lung cancer.
Okay.
But
I'm on the right track anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. He's taking the white blanket and he's putting it around the female's shoulders. I'm not sure who this is yet. Hold on. So the white blanket symbolizes somebody who has health or stress issues and that he is watching over them. I almost feel like this would be a grandmother or a parent. He's taking me above you. So okay, interesting. And there's a woman beside him. So if this would be your great-grandparents on the other side, is your grandmother still here in the physical world?
Well, on my dad's side of the family, both my grandmother and my grandfather are still alive.
Okay. That's exactly where I think we are then, because I feel like this would be like her parents. He's taking the white blanket, putting it around her shoulders, and wanting the family to know that they are absolutely watching over her on the other side.
So would it be my grandmother or my mother? I know my mother just had knee replacement surgery.
There we go. That would be who. It's the person who has the health or the stress related issues right now. And all I know is that they take me to above you. So I know the person who has those issues is above you. So that absolutely would be mom.
Okay.
So hold on a sec.
So then I'm wondering if maybe her grandfather, maybe. At first I was thinking maybe my dad's side, but now I'm kind of wondering if it's my mother's grandfather.
Well, I'll let you validate that afterwards. I'll go over it with you again real quick so that you know what to research here. He lets me know that he takes the deep breath so he can breathe free and clear on the other side. I feel like the end came quicker than I expected it to, and that my heart doesn't hurt anymore.
Okay.
Now, again, when I say my heart doesn't hurt anymore, I don't know if that's actual physical pain or if that's emotional pain. It almost feels like I was separated from somebody that I loved and that it was a relief to get to the other side and to be able to see her again.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a sec. So, two things. Hold on a sec. First of all, as far as your mom and the surgery goes, the feeling that I get from, I'm just going to say grandpa because I'm not sure which one it is. It's the one with the breathing issues. Hold on. He's like saying like, thank God she got this done. Almost like she had to be coaxed into it, or she wasn't going to get it done, or it had to get so bad before she actually agreed to this.
It was definitely a long process. I think she always knew she needed to get it done because she got a physical job. She works on long-term care and for nursing, so
right.
Being on her, it was just a lot on her, and it took years just to do the one knee, and then a year or so later they did the second knee, and so it's been a long time coming for her.
He keeps pushing her down and telling her to sit down, almost like she keeps trying to do everything she's not supposed to do. He's like, you need time to heal. Like, don't push it. Give yourself this extra time to heal. You're not Superwoman.
Yeah. Yeah, she probably did too much, especially right after the surgery.
It feels like there's just so much relief around this, and I keep seeing 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 weeks. So I don't know if it's about 6 weeks to heal. I've never had a actual knee replacement, so I'm not quite sure, but he keeps showing me the 6 weeks and the thumbs up.
Probably more or less her healing went, like, this second knee the healing was better. Like, definitely a quicker recovery time than her first.
Interesting. Hold on a second. Slow it down. So another spirit just stepped forward. Interesting. I have a lot of spirit with white lighters around them today. Another spirit just stepped forward, and I feel like both the grandfather figure that I was talking to and this new person are both acknowledging baby. Baby, 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 baby. So hold on a second. So the new person that steps forward, I feel like is male, but I'm not getting extremely firm grip on the sex yet. What I am very certain of is that they're surrounded by white lighters. So again, white lighters are beings of pure white light, like angelic beings that typically surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their own passing, committed suicide, or that it was a tragic situation and there was a lot of healing that needed to take place. Their soul feels younger than... doesn't feel like in his 20s, but he doesn't feel like in his 80s either, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't think of who that could be.
Hold on. I want to go to, sorry, are you married? Or
I
you,
am just recently, yeah.
okay, so I'm going to your side towards your husband.
Okay. I mean, his grandfather just passed away last June, but he had cancer.
No, that's not what I'm feeling.
No.
This is definitely somebody whose life was cut short. I'm seeing my symbol for accident. And I'm feeling like he's taking some responsibility for how he passed away. Hold on a sec. He shows me my symbol for distance or time, so I feel like he's been on the other side for some time now. And I feel like he just needs your husband to know that he's okay, that he's on the other side. And there is absolutely a congratulations going on here. So he said it was a double whammy. Hold on.
That makes sense.
Okay, good, because I don't know what that means. Oh, yes, I do. We got married and we had a baby all around the same time.
Yeah, we had our son on October 10th and got married on the 21st.
Wow, good for you.
Thank you.
Interesting. So he's pulling his energy back, and there is a grandmother figure that's coming forward. I shouldn't say grandmother. I know she's above you. It's either auntie or grandmother. Slow it down. I almost feel like I want to go to mom's side. Is mom's mom passed away?
Yes, she is.
I feel like she wants you to know that it's almost like you didn't get to spend a huge amount of time with her in the physical world. I don't know if she just means towards the end before she passed or for most of your life, but she's stressing over and over and over again that she very much loves you and has been watching over you on the other side.
That makes sense. Because my grandmother lives in Ontario, and we moved out here in 2013, so I visited about once a year, but didn't get to see her as much as I would have liked to.
She's kind of bragging about how she gets to spend as much time with you now as she wants to. And she's very excited about this little baby, I have to say. But why do they keep showing me him with a big head? I don't want to be rude or insult you or anything, but she keeps acknowledging his big head.
Yeah, he's got a decent size, perfect little round head.
Like a Charlie Brown head. That's what I'm seeing. Like this perfect little Charlie Brown head.
Okay, so he's got a perfect. I mean, you should see it. His head is like there's no. Some babies come out right with like a little bit of the alien head going on.
Yeah.
But no, he's got this perfect little circle shape.
That's so cute. She shows me my symbol for pride, and then I see breastfeeding. Have you been breastfeeding him?
Unfortunately, I wanted to, but with having my 5-year-old, and I kept having issues with breastfeeding, so I gave up.
I think this is why she's showing me my symbol for pride, is because if that was an issue for you, because I'm feeling the torment over it. As you said that, I felt myself, because with my own kids, I dried up after 3 or 4 weeks. There was nothing I could do. I just completely dried up. And it was devastating, because all I wanted to do was to be able to nurse my child. And so when she shows me the symbol of pride and the breastfeeding, I feel like she's very proud of you that you were able to let that decision go for the best interest of your family.
Oh, yeah, it was tough, especially when you see it all over social media. Everyone's breastfeeding. You're like, I kept clogging, and I said, I can't do this. I don't have time to, and then Mila get an infection or.
Yeah. So she's very proud of you that you didn't torture yourself about it this time. And that's the way she says, this time. So I don't know if maybe with your first child, if that was a huge issue and maybe it was even harder for you to emotionally process. It's almost like this time we were kind of prepared for that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I couldn't breastfeed my daughter either. She wouldn't latch, so I think I beat myself up over it a bit more, at least this go around. I'm like, you know what, I tried.
Yeah.
And, I guess I was younger when I had my daughter, so I was a bit, I didn't know as much as I know now.
She's talking about what a great mom you are. Hold on a second. Slow down. She's showing me the juggling, and I feel like my house is super spotless clean. And she's like, can you believe this? Like a new baby, and you have one other child or two?
One other child.
And yet your house is like spotless, and she's talking about the laundry. Like, I feel like we never get too far behind with this laundry here. I don't know how to explain it.
I think I'm constantly doing laundry because I hate, whatever. As you know, with kids, it never ends.
It's like, you know what? I've got a basket and a half of laundry. That's it. It's got to get done right now. Like,
right now.
She's acknowledging, and it's almost like, when you were younger, maybe your room wasn't always the cleanest, or maybe you weren't the most organized kid. So it's extra important that she validate for you now how proud she is of you for the mom that you have become.
Oh, that's great to hear. It's been fun juggling.
So one word of caution I have to say is that if you are not wanting to have another baby right away, take precautions, because I feel like there is another soul of another child that is coming to you. It's almost like she's trying to validate that the child will be coming. Don't worry, we have lots of time. But almost like at the same time, she's trying to give you a heads up, because if we have this child too soon, it's going to be a lot more stressful than if we give ourselves a year or two.
That's very true.
But I know this.
Right now, my husband's kind of like, nope, no more. But I'm like, I'm going to get down the road.
Well, she's telling me the sex of the baby, the next baby to come, if you would like to know. Because I feel like there's supposed to be 3 kids in your family.
I'm kind of curious what the sex would be.
It's another little boy.
Oh, really?
And it feels like the 2 boys are like best friends as they grow up. Like, there's definitely a camaraderie there between the 2 of them and Dad.
Okay.
And your grandma's talking about what a good dad that he makes. Like, he's going to be the very involved dad with the football and the coach and the, you know what I mean? Like, very involved.
I can see that, because Adam, he was into sports as a kid, and also just his dad keeps saying, oh, football. And that's funny. I had a reading a while back, and my grandma had said I'd have another girl, so it kind of makes me, I'm surprised that now it's just saying I've got another boy on the way, well, at some point.
Interesting. You had a reading with me?
Yeah, like months back. Like, I think I was still pregnant with my son, and you were saying that at the time there was 2 other souls that were girls.
Interesting. So maybe I'm only picking up on one. I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to ask her to validate this, because that confuses me. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain. I just feel boy all over it. I don't know why. The first time would be girl. I wonder if it changes. Like, this is where I say I learn stuff from Spirit all the time. And I wonder if it changes depending on when you have it and when the child comes into your world. I'm not sure. I know, well, I can't say I know for 100% fact, but I would bet my reputation on the fact that if you got pregnant accidentally within the next, 6 months, and it's one right after the other, that it would be a boy. I think maybe that if you wait and take that time, maybe there's a chance that soul would choose to come as a girl. I'm not sure. But there's something about the camaraderie between the 2 boys that if they're born very close together, I feel like it would need to be 2 boys, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you ever do get pregnant again, I really want you to let me know what you have. Remind me of this conversation, because it helps me to learn and grow when I'm doing readings to understand why they do these things, right?
Well, that's why I was,
yeah, but in the last reading we had, it was, she said 2 more souls going to be girls, so my husband would have a house full of girls. I'm like, okay. And then whenever you said boy, I was like, whoa, really?
Interesting. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not picking up girl. If I concentrate really hard, I can pick up the girl energy somewhat of a distance away. I don't know. Slow down. Interesting. Okay, so there is another person in your family that's either gotten pregnant or had a baby recently as well. This is coming up very soon.
Someone in my family that's pregnant? Is my grandma bringing that through? Because if so, that would make sense.
Yes.
My cousin, him and his fiance are having another little boy.
Okay, thank you. Now we got the boy. Okay, so see, this is starting to make more sense to me now. Because she's talking about the boy coming through next, this is the next grandchild. So maybe instead of this being your child, this is the little boy that she's referencing. Because to your grandmother, these are all her great-grandchildren. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. She's talking about the next one to come is also another boy.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I definitely would like you to help me by when you do get pregnant again, because this just feels inevitable to me, that when that happens, send me a line and let me know.
Okay. So is she saying this definitely is a third for me, or is she just saying my cousin's baby?
Oh, no, I'm seeing more children absolutely for you. But I think at the same time, she's validating your cousin's baby.
Yeah.
But absolutely, like I see you with 3 kids, at least. Possibly 4, but at least 3. She's talking about that you do better as a mom. It's almost like when you were single, you have too much time on your hands. You can get into trouble, or not get into trouble, but you know what I mean? You're a lot more disciplined since you've had the children.
Yeah.
It's almost like I hold myself to a higher state of accountability now. And so things are more organized and regimented. And then she just keeps showing me my symbol for pride. And I keep hearing the car, vroom, 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 vroom. So did you just get a new car, or are you thinking of getting a new car?
Well, there could be a couple of different things she means by that. One, my car, I got into an accident last year, and we're still having some issues with it. I need to get it in. But just recently, my husband's truck started having some issues that have just been a little stressful, but...
So... Interesting. As you're saying that, she's showing me pulling the men from, like, it's almost like her father and her uncle and, like, this generation that's even above you that you probably don't even know. But it's almost like she's calling them in to try to help with this. Excuse me. Almost like you're being guided to possibly think of selling one and getting a new one.
Okay.
Because when we're being guided to do something, the old world will start to crumble around us, or start to what I call like the tightening, to try to guide or push us into the route that we need to go. And they're definitely, just be very careful as far as safety goes. If the mechanic says it's not safe to drive, do not drive it, because there's definitely some kind of warning there. And if you do choose to look for a new vehicle, and I'm guessing that it would be new to you, because it doesn't feel like it's brand new off the lot or anything, but it feels a lot safer. And then Grandma just keeps showing me bringing in all these men and having them find the perfect vehicle for you guys. And it's almost like your husband's vehicles is having a little bit of issues because he's been not taking your vehicle seriously, if that makes sense.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like, oh, well, her vehicle is breaking down, you need to fix it, and you don't think it's that serious? Well, we're going to make yours break down too, and then maybe you'll fix both. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's definitely pulling her energy back. That was an interesting reading, but I hope it was helpful.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on baby, and you have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Again, very interesting. I'm very curious if that lady does have another baby here within the next couple of years. Now, I really want to know what the sex is. I'll be honest with you guys. Out of all the pregnant ladies that I've ever seen, and I've guessed the sex of the babies, I've been wrong twice in probably the last 10 years. So it can happen that I could be wrong. You just never know. So, but anyways, to everybody who called in today, thank you so much. It's just after 1 and I have to get going here. But thank you guys all for joining me. And again, if you don't have your tickets for the group on February 10th and you wanted to come, then you need to get your tickets soon because we are about 60% sold out. So I look forward to seeing you guys all then, and I will be back again next Tuesday. Thank you, guys. God bless. Bye-bye. Oh, how do I finish here? There we go.